Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy T, putting the G in Geek, coming to you with another episode of On the Hunt. You know, the weekly web series where I kind of tell you guys the hot books that I'm looking for. I gotta start this video off like I start all of them off by saying, you know, this isn't really investment advice. This isn't really financial advice, you know what I mean? We're just trying to get some of the hot books at cover price. It's all for fun, so please don't spend your rent money. Another point of this video is to share information with each other, share information with me. I don't know what you're getting. I may want to get it. Day is young. It's the best day of the week. Comic day. So let's get right to it. So let's just get right into this short week and start out with Marvel. The first book I'm going to pick up from Marvel this week is Fantastic Four #1. Marvel reacquires Fantastic Four after the recent Disney deal with Fox. So I guess they have to, you know, kick a new reboot in. A new era of Fantastic Four begins, they say. It's Dan Slott writing and Sarah Pichelli on art, and I've always really loved Pichelli on art ever since the Miles Morales Spider-Man run. Also, I saw some spoilers in the Thing. Ben Grimm takes a big step in his life, so I guess there's kind of going to be something on that. I've kind of soured on those kind of events, but you know what I mean? Don't really want to spoil it too bad for everybody. The Brooks cover's kind of nice. I find the Art Germs covers kind of nice. I don't think I'm going to collect up 4 covers at cover price, you know what I mean? I think this Fantastic Four book's going to be massively overprinted. So, you know what I mean? Don't really, just grab the covers that you really like, you know what I mean? So, that's all I'm going to do. I probably won't even be more than 1 or 2. One that I will grab, and I suggest that you guys kind of look out for, is Fantastic Four #1. You want to look for the Ramos cover. This is supposed to be the first appearance of a new villain on the cover there. I don't know exactly who it is. I just read some stuff about it, so I'm not really sure of the name. Maybe one of you guys can kind of tell me after you read the book who it is. Yeah, so that would be the first cover appearance of that character, so you might want to get that. Supposedly there is going to be another cover appearance of the character, but it's going to be on one of those store exclusives, so, and that's not coming out till later, so forget that, you know what I mean? I'm just going to stick with the cover price ones. And the next book I'm going to pick up is Star Wars Darth Vader #19. It's a really cool Vader cover. I really like it. Kind of got that homage feel. And plus, in the solicitation, it says we get to learn more about Vader's lair, or fortress, as you want to call it, or castle, or whatever. So that might be kind of cool, kind of some more stuff into Vader. Vader's one of the few Star Wars characters that I really like and whatnot. The next book I'd pick up is Spider-Man, the Annual #1. Miles Morales begins a new chapter as well this week. They're touting it as that he begins a new chapter in his life, so I'm assuming that something big's gonna happen, or I don't know, maybe he's gonna change locations, I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna check that out, and not really too many, aside from the Ramos, I wouldn't really pick up too many covers from Marvel, so that's gonna do it, guys. Moving right along, we're gonna hit up some DC, and the first book I'm gonna pick up from DC this week is Sandman Universe #1. It looks interesting, you know, the Neil Gaiman series. Sandman's a pretty big character. Again, I'm just going to really pick a favorite as far as covers, because again, I think this is just going to be overprinted. I don't know. The Sandman stuff after the Overture book, they don't really go anywhere, but still could be a great read. The one that I'm going to kind of focus on besides the A cover would maybe be the Jim Lee variant. I like how dark the character looks. I like how he just looks rugged. I don't know. It looks kind of neat. And then I'd move right on to some covers. The first thing I'd pick up for covers is Catwoman #2. Just the Joelle Jones regular cover, actually. I'm loving this black cover. It's featuring all those like images of the Catwomans and stuff like that. Really cool. The next book I'm going to pick up is Catwoman #2, the Art Germ variant. Some people say that the face looks like she's straining or something, but I don't know. I don't fully find that. I guess I could see where it's coming from. It does look like gritting teeth, but it does look kind of awkward, but still a great cover. I like the color tones on it, you know what I mean? And it's another Art Germ for the collection. The next book I'm going to pick up is Detective Comics #986. The Mark Brooks Batman design variant, or Batmobile design variant. This is an awesome cover featuring the Batmobile design. I think we need more Batmobile in our life. I know you don't really see it much at all or hear of it. I don't know. It's rare now, so I really like the fact that they put it as a design variant on a cover. That's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite Brooks covers so far. I don't know, I just like the Batmobile, you know what I mean? I know he's done maybe some better stuff. Even the other cover that I really like is the one where he's on the roof and it's got kind of the Harley, I don't know, I guess these are really subjective, but I like it. I also like more vehicles on the design variants, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. Show us some other stuff. The next thing I'm going to pick up is the Flash number 52, the Delato variant. This is solicited in previews as a Delato variant. I don't know if it looks Mattina-esque to me. It does look Delato, I guess. We're just going to call it Delatos. I'm not sure, so I'm just going to say Delatos, baby. The cover price, you know what I mean? It's kind of meh, but I'll still pick it up. I'm still trying to figure out if it's Mattina. Some places say Mattina, some places say Delato. But Diamond itself says Delato, so that's what we're going with. The next book I'm going to pick up is Hawkman number 3, the Stefan Sejic variant. This is an awesome Hawkman cover. Actually, I've really been loving these Hawkman covers. I love how he's been fighting these humongous creatures on it. It just looks so grandiose. Really awesome stuff. The next book I'd pick up for the cover is Plastic Man number 3. Just the regular Alex Ross cover. This is an awesome Alex Ross cover. I'm not sure if it's going to fly under the radar, you know what I mean? Because when we check the solicitations, we kind of check them closely. I'm not sure, but either way, I really like this Alex Ross cover. Makes, like, Plastic Man look really serious. I don't know. I think it's really cool. And the last thing I'd pick up is Superman number 2, the Adam Hughes variant. This isn't a bad Hughes cover, you know what I mean? I like the movement and the look of it. I like how it's kind of got a 3D look and depth, you know, but although I still think Superman looks a little weird, I get it, they're trying to show the movement, like the kinetic energy of it, and they do capture that a bit, but I do think Supes looks a little weird. Lois's face looks a little weird, so definitely not one of his favorites, but, you know, still something that I'm going to grab for sure. And I like that it features Lois, you know what I mean? And Superman kind of saving her from the gunfire. So yeah, and that's going to do it for DC. Moving right along, we're going to hit up some Image. And the first comic I'm going to pick up from Image is Hey Kids Comics number 1. This takes its cue from nearly a century of turbulence and triumph, despair and drama in the comic racket. It talks about artists, writers, con men, and gangsters, which make up the foundation of today's biggest entertainment business. Some of it really happened, but the names have been changed to protect the guilty. This is a look at comic book fandom through the eyes of Howard Chaykin, I guess. I don't know, that was the solicitation. It kind of interests me. I mean, it kind of sounds like maybe, you know, how they just show you like a behind the scenes, the dark side of Hollywood, where it kind of shows all the back stuff. I know it might be silly and stuff like that. I really want to have a flip through it to see if it's a serious book, but I still feel like maybe we're going to get some nuggets of wisdom on how it is. I would love to see some of the, you know, some of the stories or the horror stories of how, you know, the artists are treated, like behind the scenes, you know, or hey, maybe some of the artists who are big, huge guys like Liefeld who come through and they're just like want like $100 per sig, and you know, just all like it's just an interesting take. It's something that I actually wouldn't mind seeing. I do like the reality and humanity in stories when they're just like down to earth kind of things, events. So I'm just kind of interested to see if that's like a really jokey book. That's kind of interesting. And the only other book I pick up from Image is just one for the cover, and that is Unnatural number 2. This is an Art Germ variant. To be honest, I don't really like it, you know what I mean? I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I know it's an Art Germ and all that stuff. I did mention it because I'm sure there's some Art Germ completists. I will say that it is clean. You know what I mean? It is a very clean Image. Some of the features are nice in it, but all in all, I just don't think I'm going to pick that one up. And that's going to do it for Image. Next, we're going to hit Boom Studios, and I'm only going to really pick up one book from Boom this week, and that is Black Badge number 1. This is a new series. It's by Matt Kindt and Tyler Jenkins, who brought you Grass Kings. They reunite to bring you a tale about an elite branch of Boy Scouts tasked by the government to take on covert missions. Recently, after our comic show there, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, we kind of threw like a comic show, and at it we actually had Curtis Weeb, Tyler Jenkins, and Riley Rossmo, and we got to have dinner with them after. So Tyler Jenkins actually kind of described the book to us and told us about it then, and he describes it as Kingsmen with Boy Scouts. So again, it sounds kind of interesting. For some reason, when I look at the cover, I don't see jokey. I see just kids doing cool stuff, so it may be pretty good. So I'm definitely going to check that one out from Boom. Moving right along, we're going to hit up a publisher named Golden Apple Books, and the book I'm going to pick up from Golden Apple is called Blastosaurus #1. This is New Zealand's best-selling comic, and it gets launched here in North America. The solicitation reads that Blastosaurus is a 6-foot-tall mutant triceratops that fights all kinds of crazy, zany baddies in this new series. I gotta say, you know, it looks more like a fun romp than a serious book. If it gets raunchy, I might check it out, but you know me, I'm not really into that kind of stuff, so I don't know. I'll still have a flip through it. If it looks like something where it actually, you know, catches me humor-wise, then I'll pick it up, but otherwise I may skip it, but it still sounds kind of interesting, so I'll just have a look for sure. Moving right along, we're going to hit up a company called Red 5 Comics, and the book I'm going to pick up from Red 5 is called Riptide #1. The solicitation reads that a huge meteor passes close by Earth. As it affects its gravitational force, it makes the ocean's tides roll back and recede hundreds of miles. As the water rolls out, passengers aboard a doomed cruise ship find themselves stranded amongst an almost alien landscape once hidden under the waves. That kind of sounds interesting to me. So basically, you know how the moon and whatever stuff affects the tides. So the tides roll out hundreds of miles, and then when they come to, I guess they're going to be at the ocean bottom, which, you know, if you know, like a lot of the ocean's never really been what's the word I'm looking for? Not discovered, but it hasn't, yeah, well, discovered and explored. So, because, you know, we haven't really explored the floors of the ocean. I don't know, that sounds kind of cool. Could be kind of a cool premise, you know what I mean? You could find some fantastical things down there. So, I don't know, I might actually check it out and have a flip through, check it out from Red 5. It's kind of been a small, you know what I mean? Because it's a 5-week month, it's kind of been a little bit of a small week, but again, there's actually been a couple good indies that I want to check out. The next one I want to check out is from Scout Comics. And the book I want to check out from that is called Long Live Pro Wrestling #1. The story is about a former pro wrestler who becomes a pop culture superstar. And on the eve of his new network talk show, information comes out that may put his integrity into question. Will he be able to control his temper, or will he lash out, putting his new career in jeopardy? Again, it just sounds kind of like a human, down-to-earth story. Could be really gritty. Scout Comics, I don't know, it depends on kind of what's in there, but it sounds kind of interesting, you know what I mean? Kind of like The Rock maybe with a show, and then as he gets, you know, exposed, he starts getting angry and they have to always calm him down. I don't know, it could have some good situations and some good dialogue, definitely some good looks into character on that, so I'm definitely going to have a look at that from Scout Comics. A lot of small companies this week, so we're just going to keep it moving. The next one we're going to move on to is a company called Source Point Press. And the book that I'm going to pick up from Source Point Press is called Nora #1. This book is supposed to be sold out, you know, at the distributors there. Its solicitation reads that Nora and her husband develop a new drug for the intergalactic branch of the military. After experimenting on themselves, it alters their DNA, which leaves Nora's husband dead and Nora with the ability to enter minds. She then makes her living as a coma fisher, entering the minds of those in a coma in an attempt to either save them or at least send them off to their death. Like, that's pretty heavy, man. That sounds like a dark book. Like, that sounds awesome. Definitely want to check that out. You know what I mean? I don't know, there's a lot of good little indies this week. It definitely sounds like you know what I mean? Like, you're definitely going to have some looks into character onto that one. You know what I mean? Different situations, I don't know, like send them off to their death. So what are people in limbo and they can't decide? Maybe she helps them. I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting. So depending on the, you know, again, for me, I'm a bit of an art guy. So, you know, I'm going to, if the art is good enough, then I definitely am going to check that out because it does sound really interesting. Yeah, that's stuff from Source Point. Last book I'm going to bring up this week is from a company called Starburn Industries, and the book I'm going to pick up is called Oddwell #1, or at least the book I'm going to check out is called Oddwell #1. This is supposed to be sold out at the distributor level as well. It reads that when Princess Zamunga is struck ill and the whole kingdom begins to crumble, the warrior Oddwell is summoned to complete one mission: save the princess and save the world. One mission, okay. Yeah, but it looks kind of kiddie to me. Like, when I just look at the cover, it does have a kiddie look. But when I read the solicitation, like I read for you guys, they don't really indicate that it is kiddie. So it could end up being something like Rat Queens, where you kind of open it and you're like kind of taken aback with how, you know, mature or vulgar that it is. So I will give Oddwell a chance, especially since it is you know, sold out. So yeah, that's about all I'm gonna check out from Starburns. Well guys, that's gonna do it for another episode of On the Hunt. You know, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Make sure you keep an eye out. We got some really good CGC hauls coming back, some really serious stuff, some rare books. You're gonna love that. Also, make sure you check out www.saddlecitycomics.com. We always have good books on there, you know what I mean, shipping worldwide. Yeah, I'd love to stay and chat with you guys some more, you know what I mean, but time is ticking. Gotta get my butt out there and get these books. Hope you guys have good luck getting these books too. See you next week. Peace.